Corki can be picked up here as well.
And the thing is, the Ezreal is a very good pickup for the side of WBG, because what you want is that space to battle this out coming into the early game more specifically as well, because Sivir is just very squishy as a champion innately, and what makes her strong is that team fight prowess. What makes her strong is that wave clear potential, and Ezreal just has to sit back, relax, and shoot out those energy bullets that he does every single time. So at this point in time, when it comes to the banning phase, Kassadin, Nautilus removed, Galio as well removed, but Gragas and Ornn will probably just be traded for both sides.
Looks like they've read the assignment as well. Corki gonna be denied here for Weibo Gaming in a read that maybe they would want to go on Pokes once again.
They could go Zoe.
Especially for late game. Yeah, they can.
The thing WBG did there is that Kassadin has removed one of the soft counters onto Zoe. Nautilus has removed one of the counters onto Zoe as well. So WBG could definitely pick this up coming into the mid lane and have them extra CCs.
Unless if Nova Esports is going to be able to spot it out and steal it away from Faye, because Neon can use it as well. The problem is that it's not
very
really
interesting
in design for this composition.
Yeah,
Zeri instead is going to be picked up again to be buffed up by the Severe as well.
Yeah, Zeri is a better option for the side of Nova because they want that possibility for that melt onto Ornn, onto Aatrox, onto Camille. Because yes, Sivir can do that, but the thing is, Sivir gives you a lot more mobility, a lot more utility going into the side, and Zeri just gives you so much possibility.
Whoa.
I mean, Orianna also works with those team fights, but Zoe could have worked better. But when it comes to that all-in engages, if WBG wants that possibility of Zihan going in to engage and deliver the ball in front for the team, that could also work. I'm not totally disagreeing with this Orianna pick. It could actually work.
It's a different approach towards this game against Nova Esports, and yeah, it can work as well. Let's see if the execution would be great as well for Weibo Gaming, because this is their chance to redeem themselves and take the spot of Wu Gaming at the 8th spot ranking, and also to win a big match against Nova Esports.
Yeah, that's what he is. I'm really excited because the thing is, both these teams are one game away to take the series down, and Nova Esports over the past weeks has been shining and being one of the dominators for Wild Rift Asia, and WBG is now on the road to challenge them off that road to success. And if they can defeat the former champions, that's a statement to make here in CN Conference.
Oh man, only one statement will be made through this time around. It's either Nova Esports coming back in this series, or Weibo Gaming closing this out in a reverse sweep. Is definitely going to be big, if ever, for this team, especially with how they were able to punish every bit of a mistake of Nova Esports in game number 2, and this time they have more ways to punish them as well. This is a massive team fighting based composition with great scaling, great poke as well. It's well balanced, to be honest, on Weibo Gaming side.
It is. It definitely is, right? Coming into this early game, Nova is paying a visit.
Well, Zihan does have the tactical sweep, and he should be fine. At least he'll himself a little up again. Invade coming through for Nova Esports is interesting as well. It's going to be helping out. Counter-Strike could be used there onto fans Aatrox. At least a bit of XP and gold denied here. Can get one more of those mini Krugs. 2 actually taken there, especially with Yitsa getting 1. It's a bad start for Fan, and it's not done.
Yeah, and the thing is, Hecarim up against Aatrox, it is definitely Hecarim who has the better lead when it comes to that AoE damage and AoE clearing onto these camps. So Law definitely has the advantage. It's coming into this one as well. It's level 1 versus level 2 into this fight.
Well, at least the last big chicken, Raptor, will be resetting and Long won't be able to get it. But one level advantage is actually huge already at the start of this Hecarim.
I mean, level 1, level 2, not big, but definitely is an advantage, right? Because it is a lot denied onto the Krugs and also the Raptors. And the thing is, Yitse also got a fair share of that experience as well. So that's a little bit more experience over the top side of the map for the side of Nova.
Oh no, after the bit of a counter there by Zihan, we'll get the damage done on Yitse, but still Ooh. Good amount of trade there by Yitze.
Yeah, it was Barrier that was forced by the side of Yitze. Now Long's paying a visit on top side of the map. Could definitely make it work, but it's just too deep.
Yeah,
Too deep here.
It doesn't have any ult as well. It's not yet the best time to actually engage. Zian actually is the one to close in the gap. Still, it's gonna be fine here for Yitze. That was close.
That was a good perspective, right? Because I think Zihan, if that hook shot connected onto Yitze, that was pretty much the life over for Yitze already. Considering he has no mana, he has no HP. So that was really, really good. And overall, just a good back and forth for WBG and Nova side.
I like the actions that we are better seeing here on both sides. Better than game number 1 and 2 as well. G-Chan is going to be engaging here with a charge. Neon still united, but will be forcing the flash there off the Ornn. And now Nova Esports actually doing new. Trying to get the burst down here onto Remake, but Yami is just pressuring him as well. But a good Arcane shift nonetheless. No kills just yet on either side.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was Nova's goal to not go in for the full-on engage. It was the only goal for Nova to deny the access for Fan towards the Rift Scuttler. They did not intend to go for that kill. It was Long was just free hitting the Rift Scuttle. They did not intend to fight, and that will be some of the expectations that we have here for Nova coming forth into the following minutes. And you know what? Once again, they will play it a little bit more methodical. They know what they want, they know what to do, and they're going to play with it rather than play over the strategy that they have in mind.
Yitze helping out Long just to secure those camps. It's just amazing to be seen here right now in this game number 3. Great adjustments coming in from Nova Esports to get the leverage. No matter how small it is in this game, it will be useful for Long to at least get everything that he needs to be the main carry later on here in this game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Thus far, we're going back to a little bit more standards. In 4 minutes and 4 minutes or 30 seconds here, we can expect these dual laners to come now to switch into the mid lane to have that possibility of the extra rotations and extra objective power when it comes to these numbers game.
Web gaming, I mean, they can take their time. I mean, they have massive scaling as well. And what they can do is just avoid fights for the meantime and have great timing for engages later on. I mean, Orianna, Ornn, Aatrox, Camille, that's a deadly combination for sure. Just one shockwave can just shake the members here of Nova Esports. And we have seen that in one of the games before. I mean, we have seen that from G2 Blacklist against FPX. One shockwave by Aaron just allowed them to win in a crucial fight against them. And with this same position of Weibo Gaming, it's just the early game, but theoretically it's possible.
And that is something we have to take note of. But as we have mentioned a while ago, 4 minutes and 30 seconds, these rotations are already to be expected. No objectives comes up. Rift Herald and Ocean Drake is coming through.
Yeah, popping out the ult just to pressure down the one youth. Poking him out as well. So Dragon is already available. Yami taking a bit of damage there from the shockwave as well. Call of the Orange God gonna be his cast as well. Not finding anyone. Same with the ult here of G-Chan. Yami going in. Long as well. No steal this time around. Fan doesn't want to get it. But they should be able to get this, or never mind. Neon goes in. Quite dangerous, to be honest. And Weibo Gaming, after punishing mistakes. Whoa, it's close. But still, the Dragon secured by Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, and this is really good for WBG because the thing is, it was Nova who wanted to go in for the contest, but Nova did not get any value in return. So now, there is an extra opportunity for Weibo Gaming to now go in for the Rift Herald as well, which is really, really good coming into their side. And we've mentioned this coming into game number 2, right? Don't pick Kassadin coming for Neon. Yes, it's a good pick. Going in for the late game as well. It denies those AP damages, but having that extra amount of damage coming into the mid lane for Nova Esports is a really good helping hand.
They will be able to shred down members of Weibo Gaming later on. But it's, again, later on. They have to reach that point first. We're in this severe, this Zeri is gonna hurt. So far, they don't. And that's what makes this early game a little more difficult for Nova Esports. It's much better so far for Weibo Gaming as well, especially with the pokes of the One U, with the pokes of Faye, and the burst of Fan as well. That's why they were able to secure that Dragon a while ago. a great trade as well by Nova Esports. At least the RH would help them secure maybe a tower in the mid lane.
It's already to be expected here, or they could save it up until later on when it comes to the objective. They're going to use it into the bottom lane. They need the one dragon to deny that soul. This is consistently what Nova has been doing. They get one dragon, they don't force fights. They wait for that opportunity to come to them, not forcing the issue, right? So that is what Nova Esports has been doing over the past, and I think getting that tier 1 turret into the bottom lane gives them a little bit more advantage towards the objective of dragon.
Not as great as mid lane takedown.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Still is something, especially with Nova Esports being a little behind, with Weibo Gaming investing so much in protecting this mid tier 1. It just kind of forced Nova Esports to relocate themselves, especially with the pressure of the timer on the platings. After like 20 seconds, right? We see it expire as well. A great call there by Nova Esports.
Definitely is. But for now, it's a little bit more towards the patience game. Once again, Yummy, as soon as I said that.
Shockwave gonna be used as a response, but the ult is there, the two-shot barrage as well. It's a wombo combo from downtown. And Weibo getting the punish there.
And the thing was, it's not even Jetchan who got the kill, it's not even Fan. It was the Ezreal from up top. It was John Yu who got the kill. So like that's extra power, that's extra money, that's extra gold for the ADC of WBG.
That is weird.
The call to Forge God though was really good, right? It forced out the flash coming in from Faye to retreat, and then Fan's moment onto entering into that fight into the mid lane was just spot on.
Yeah, when you basically said, thank you for the goal. I will be expressing my gratitude later on into the late game as I scale up faster. Nova Esports again making a slight mistake there. Will get punished, or has been punished as well. This time they are going to become a target of Chan. Not really the best target, but this is the start. Extra ultimate master response by Zihan, and now they reign once again on the fight. Weibo Gaming is chasing them down. Nova Esports has to disengage. Zihan though is overcommitting, goes in a little too deep. It's gonna be taken down here by Nian, at least here as a trade, but Duan is poking them out from behind. Weibo Gaming will be calling it off for now.
Yeah, it was a really good response coming from WBG, because this is what Nova did, especially 9 minutes 10 seconds. Nova in the prior game has been hovering top side of the map, having to push it with a 3-man rotation, and WBG understood that assignment, that you know what, they have that huge pressure. So they went on top side as well. Oriana left the mid lane, went on top side. So it was a 5v5 brawl. And WBG was able to defend. Well, not for long because Jax was able to take it down. But nevertheless, you see these macro rotations. You see these rotations that are really crucial overall for WBG.
Yeah, and despite the attempts there of Nova Esports to, you know, pressure Faye down, we see the gold reflection as well, with him having the most earned as well. And this dragon as well is not going to be contested at all. Great attempt there by Yami though. Used to win the first skill of this Gragas. And again, scaling unlocked for Weibo Gaming. Soul point right now as a pressure.
I'm not liking this, because this is exactly what happened in game number 2, right?
Yeah.
Not as big of an advantage that WBG was able to conquer. In 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game, it was WBG who pretty much landslided that game number 2. But at this point in time, it's just so massive.
Oh, the follow-up by Zihan is top-notch. He did not see that coming, and one kill pick off now by Weibo Gaming. Ooh, and no answers by Nova Esports. At most, we see the split push from Yitze in the bot lane.
Yeah.
It's just gonna get answered either way.
Once again, every single time. You know what? I was expecting the other thing before it happens, and then WBG just proves me wrong.
Yeah. What's happening here to Nova Esports? Come on, guys. Come on.
It's the caster's curse. You know what? WBG playing it a little bit more safe. A minute after, they're going aggressive.
He's like, nope.
Yeah, nope.
Sorry. What? Welcome to our world.
Yeah, but coming back into the game, right? Baron Dasher is coming out really soon, and no one's going to take that objective except if a massive fight occurs and WBG or even Nova Esports wins it. they're all going to wait for Mountain Dragon. Because the thing is, Long cannot afford to leave this open for WBG, because once again, it happened in game number 2, and there's nothing good that happened and occurred for Nova Esports when WBG got the soul.
Let's see. I mean, the soul is such a big problem here for Nova Esports. And it's already so problematic, to be honest, despite us just seeing 2,000 gold lead. Just because of this dragon and just because of how confident Weibo Gaming is becoming. It is becoming more foggy here for Nova Esports. Jichan keeps on setting up for the team. The follow-ups from Zihan as well has been top-notch, and this is why we mentioned prior to the series that the Camille of Zihan is just so good.
Yeah, they definitely are. But let's see, we'll see. Because at the moment, Baron Nashor will be crucial. Mountain Drake will be crucial for both. These two objectives are massive. What Nova could do is, first things first, deny the soul or sneak into the Baron. These are two options that Nova can do, but there's a lot more risk going to the Baron.
Now, Yami putting himself at risk as well, of course. Is still going to be protected here by Neon. He is starting to hurt Remake as well. The only problem is, again, just the burst here coming in from Weibo Gaming, especially in how easy they can just execute it with the amount of mobility present on their champions.
Good macro play coming from Camille to the side of WBG, going down into the bottom lane because it is left unattended. So that's free farm for the Baron laner for WBG, along with an extra pressure against Nova.
But he has to be very careful, of course. Meteor Enchant has been picked up by this Camille. No teleport available. And Nova Esports can pressure for macro here, especially with the Baron available already. No response just yet. And we see Zihan moving towards here in the mid lane. Yami getting too deep there. Not punished at all by Weibo Gaming just yet.
Yeah, and right now Jetchan being on the front line. The body slam is there. On the Yitze.
Some folks, they're trying to bait out the cast here. Trying to bait out anything from Nova Esports, and that has been the name of the game. And it has been working as well so far for Weibo Gaming.
And the Searing Charge coming in from Yachan, time and time again, has been utilized decently well. And I think that will be crucial later on as well with the call of the Forge God, how he will be able to set up the play. Because this is already what we have emphasized a while ago, that Mountain Drake will be the target for both these teams. Baron Nash will not be started as long as there is no big team fight that occurs. One gank, one kill, doesn't matter. It's not going to be a Baron fight, a transition though. And WBG utilizing and capitalizing the non-existence of a couple of members coming into the mid lane. They got a turret, which is massive advantage when it comes to map control onto the Mountain Drake.
Now Soul? Oh no. They have to fight now. But how can Nova Esports actually do it? But maybe through this position of Long? He is becoming more cheeky now. They have placed a ward there. So they know that this should be safe. But they don't know that he's actually deep behind them.
One onset of shadows can change everything.
Yeah, Call of Force God gonna be used already. Low HP for Yami as well. 2,000 left on the Dragon. The burst is gonna be there. Denied on the steal once more. It's Fan that took it. Cat's gonna be used as well. On themselves onto the back line still. Neon is gonna be hitting from the backside as well. As now they take charge. Movement speed as well provided here by Remake. Unable to get a denial of the soul, but at least a kill for Nova.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, right? Because the thing is, Nova doesn't care about those kills. Yes, it matters, and in theory, on paper, it does give you a huge advantage. But the thing is, the soul is much more of an importance. It was a little bit late for the side of Long. He could have used the onset of shadows to go and enter onto that objective fight, but he waited for the right opportunity for that 5v fight, which just netted them a kill. And now Baron being started.
Shockwave has been used already onto Long. Weibo Gaming is going to be happy with the exchange, just preventing Nova Esports from taking that Baron again. Going back to what you said, it's just better trades for Weibo Gaming. Nova Esports are now just becoming more and more down here in this game. So much lead being established here by Weibo Gaming, and it has to be one big Elder fight secured by Nova Esports, but it's just so difficult that we don't see the miraculous Long and getting those steals anymore.
Yeah, the thing is, if WBG gets the Elder Drake, it's just over. It's just adding
just
fuel
over.
to the fire up against
Yeah.
Nova Esports because they already have the soul. Adding Elder Drake to that gives them so much pressure. Even if Nova takes the Baron Nashor to trade the Elder Drake, it's not gonna save them coming into the advantage that WBG was able to take already coming into this draft. So at this point in time, they really have to pressure in. They have to look at Neon. They have to put on Remake and double down on the possibility to provide a lot of damage onto these two champions on those team fights and peel for this team. They have to force Yitze to come in and rotate and shadow the rest of the crew as well, because 5v5 one team fight could literally change the tide of this game.
And they will try. Call of the Forge got denied at the very least. WBG Gaming can just reset. That's the luxury that they have. Look at the sustain that they have just because of this soul. It's too much. It's too much.
And now, WBG has information on Nova on the hills, on the pinch here. The left quadrant jungle, but Nova has to force to back away with a lead coming in from Yitze. But once again, WBG is just playing macro. Clearing down the waves into the mid lane. They have the priority coming on top side of the map, so they don't have to be worried of that position. Elder Drake is now coming up.
Oh,
they
man.
have to look into this objective, and Long cannot afford to leave this to WBG.
They cannot afford to give this dragon to them, or else it is over, like what you said earlier as well. And they're feeling the pressure. G-Chan, after getting a little bit deep, but is able to stay in so much damage.
Flash.
It is
No
going to be
flash.
going in with a counter strike, but actually get him taken down. Gargoyle and Chan actually staying for so long, but it's time the Esports has the numbers advantage. Turn on to the next member as well. Camille is down. Weibo Gaming, only 3 members left. Nova Esports realizes they can actually take this Elder Dragon, and Weibo Gaming is rushing towards the hand to trade it up.
They should. The thing is, Nova Esports has to take the Elder Drake, and WBG, yes, they could take the Baron, and this will be in addition to that one, but Nova has to take the Elder. And now Ezreal goes in with the true shot barrage here. Nova walking slowly, going into the Baron. 1k left! They take it! So a 1-for-1 objective trade here for WBG.
But they have to back away as well. Flash by Faye. That's how crucial that moment was. Nova Esports bought themselves some time. At least with this Elder Dragon, they are going to be able to push in on the waves here in the mid lane. Taking some tower, might get the second one as well, because Remake and Neon are now online. It's now late game for this ADC.
This is good. This is good coming from Nova Esports. If they want to make it back into this game, this is an even level playing field that they have to do. And so far, the gold advantage of WBG priorly had occurred and obtained and accumulated over the past 19 minutes into the game. Nova Esports matched up. And now it's even level playing field from here on out. But we still have to be wary of WBG's advantage when it comes to their dragon buffs. They have the soul already coming into this game.
Nian as well has been playing this very, very safe. He's the only one, alongside with Yami, to have no deaths just yet. But look at Weibo Gaming. 3 of their members hasn't been killed off just yet. That's how safe they have been playing. Yes, sometimes they lose objectives. Yes, this moment they have lost the Elder Dragon. Look at the outcome. Nothing has been secured by Nova Esports except for the turrets a while ago. No fights allowed by Weibo Gaming at all. They're still able to stall this game out and reset for a bit.
Yeah, the thing is, it's Nova who has to force fights. It's WBG who is on the better end because they have the Baron, so they could just wait patiently, right? Nova with the Elder Drake, they could force out fights because the execute gives them so much advantage into those 5v5s, so they are now in the position to force the issue.
Last 10 seconds before the Elder Dragon, or 15 seconds before the Elder Dragon buff expires. Looks like Weibo Gaming is gonna be happy with what happened, especially with the exchange, because they had more value as well in terms of gold with the Baron that they have secured. Despite Nova Esports getting the Elder Dragon, no fights happened, no kills, just 2 towers secured by Nova Esports. Still is enough for them to at least get a couple of gold to their carries. Man, that damage from the Ezreal is too much.
The thing is, with the Elder Drake already burned up and the Baron already burned up, it's now Nova who can go in for the resets. It's a little bit something that we could expect, right? Because Baron Nashor and Elder Drake will come up pretty soon as well. Expected the under 30 seconds. They will come up as an objective this time around. 21 minutes into the game. Gold at this point in time is not really as important already coming into these carries because expectedly they have already brought up into 4 item power spike going into their last item in this game. And Nova at a massive gold deficit is now back up with a gold advantage up against WBG. So still huge respects should be issued by every single one.
Especially with double ADC here of Nova Esports. So much shredding power is already online for Nova Esports. Weibo Gaming is also feeling that pressure right now, despite them getting the soul. Not be too overconfident that they're gonna be able to resist. A while ago, Jikan was able to resist much, but he also felt the damage already of Neon and Remake. Right now, this is the response. They are grouping up. Yes, they're also taking their time. They are being very patient here. Yetsa is in the vicinity as well, just waiting for the Elder Dragon to spawn up as long as it's pushing topside.
Yeah, and the reason why WBG, despite their advantage a while ago, having Dragon Soul, having so much advantage when it comes to gold, is that they can force fights. They cannot force fights. It's because they are front to back when it comes to their composition. And now Yami! Oh!
That was
long.
Also, the shadow actually did not connect onto anyone right now. Cass is gonna be used to spell. Zihan going in, long in a bit of trouble. The flash in by Fan is gonna be capitalized here. It's going in with counter strike as well. Zihan just waiting for the stasis to be expiring as they still commit on this. Fan is gonna get obliterated. Neon and Remake are making it work with a ricochet in the backpack with the damage of the Zeri as well. And now they have perfect opportunity to get the objectives. They can reset as well because the death timers are too long.
WBG wants to force the issue here. A Searing Charge already used by Jetchan, but the Elder Drake, they could go in for the resets first. It's a big death timer that WBG has to wait for their jungler. So at this point in time, WBG just has to buy time, delay this Elder Dragon take. And now with the Hull Breaker, it could also be Nova Esports who go for the split push into the bottom lane for that Jax. They have the numbers advantage in the Elder Drake push.
Weibo Gaming has to find ways to stall this game out. Surely the teleport enchant is gonna be picked up here for Fan to try and get into the scene. Zihan gonna be going in. Cass gonna be used to isolate him as well. Call to Torch God gonna be used to try and delay the taking. Hextech Ultimatum. Yami's a little bit low, but still it's okay for Nova Esports. Yichan is here. Finally, the push into the mid lane as Yitze is just pressuring Weibo Gaming at this point. Nova Esports has them by the hand at this point, trying to choke them out, trying to give them harm's way. Dragon, 4,000.
They have to bring someone back into the base because if not, the Nexus will fall down and if it's down,
the charge
into the mid lane. Long!
Forced to use the onslaught of shadows. Weibo Gaming can buy time this time around to try and reset this dragon. Or Yami is in trouble! Stasis is gonna be used to buy some time, but it's not gonna be allowing him to be able to be safe. Zen as well flashing in, getting Remake! What is this happening right now? Mid lane is taken, but Nova Esports is about to use the dragon right now. Long it's trying to get in onto the pit, but it's being prevented by Duan Yu right now. And Weibo Gaming successful in getting this. Elder helping out Fan, still able to defend. Richard gonna be in a lot of trouble this time around, especially with Zihan slashing the sword, getting him down, and Weibo Gaming is still up.
But this is not as bad. Nova Esports was able to take 2 inhibitor turrets, or rather 1 inhibitor turret into the mid lane. So that's a lot of priority when it comes to this push. And now it is up to Long's hand to be able to change things around. They need the Baron.
They need the clutch. But Jig-chan is spotting him out as well. Call of the Force God denied. Duan Yu having the utmost confidence. Neon will not be able to steal. It is going to be in trouble this time around. A shockwave with the Lucian barrage as well will be landing onto him. Weibo Gaming getting everything right now.
WBG now end the game. They have the Baron. They have the Elder Drake. It is going to be their time to shine. WBG is on the brinks, onto the lower echelon, onto CN Conference, and now this is their time to shine up against Nova.
They have been waiting for this. They have given this so much investment already in game number 2 and against game number 3, having every single objective taken here by Weibo Gaming. They are pushing onto their Nexus. It's trying to get it. Cass gonna be used for the isolation as well. Long getting pulled, but still it's gonna be fine. But still, the damage is there. The push, the wave, crashing onto the Nexus. Nova Esports is trying, but it will be denied. Weibo Gaming secures a reverse sweep against Nova Esports.
WBG shatters the former champions in the series in the 3-game best of 3 series, and a performance with a reverse sweep that WBG was able to do was phenomenal. They were able to look at the weakness of Nova Esports and pressured their jungler to a T. And that play, Weibo Gaming showed up